Ladies and gents and everyone in between, welcome to PlayerTwoFirst, your Player 2 and we're Player 1. Welcome back, everyone, to Episode 11, Chapter 10 of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, here on PlayerTwoFirst's channel. It's a bit of a, I don't want to call it filler chapter, but it's an unexpected, like, side chapter kind of thing that's coming up. Mm-hmm. Hey, Ike! I heard you're leaving, going to Benyan, eh? Hello, Ranulph. I was hoping I'd see you. I'd wanted to thank you for everything you've done. I'm glad to have the chance before I leave.
You got a little Canadian there for a second.
I'm going to Benyan, eh? Well, aren't you the dutiful one? Hey, that reminds me. You were born here in Gallia, right? I knew there was something odd about you. You're awfully friendly for a Bjork, you know. No, you might not know, but a Bjork is what... I know what it means. It's what you call us humans, right? No, knew that, did you? Well, then let me tell you something else. When we use the word human, we mean it much like the way you Bjork do use... We mean it much the way you Bjork do when you call us subhuman. Really? It's an insult to be called human. I'm glad you told me. I would never have guessed. I should warn you. If you run across any Lagoos who call you that, be careful. They are no friend of yours. Got it. Thanks. I won't forget. But I've digressed long enough. Let me explain why I'm here. Huh? Princess Alincia. May I have a moment of your time?
Yes, of course.
The king asked that I give you this. Please, accept it as a gift.
What? May I ask?
Within that leather pouch is 20,000 gold pieces. Pure currency, of course.
Oh, I truly appreciate this generous offer, but a gift of this magnitude is something I cannot accept. King Canicus has done so much more than necessary already.
The king is ashamed that he cannot at this time provide any personal support. Please, will you accept his apology and acknowledge his desire to aid you?
But...
No? Well then, let's try this.
Yes?
You accept the king's gift, then, as payment for conducting you safely to Gallia, you hand it over to Ike. Come on, Ranulph. You can't expect her to accept this, and it's an outrageous fee no matter how you look at it. 20,000 gold for the life of a princess? Perfectly reasonable. In fact, it almost borders on insulting. Consider how you have suffered, the lives you have lost. 10, no, 100 times this amount would not be unreasonable.
I have reconsidered. I will accept the king's kindness. In turn, I will present it to my Lord Ike. You will accept it, will you not?
I will. Thank you.
No, my Lord Ike. It is I who must thank you.
Well, now that that's settled, let's move on. Unfortunately, we do not have any ships here in Gallia. If you are to find a ship that will take you to Benyan, you must return to occupied Crimea. If there's no other way, then we'll just have to risk it. No matter how cautiously you proceed, you're certain to run into Daein forces. Keep that in mind. I understand. It's too bad we're so short on soldiers. Still, there's not much we can do about that now. However, I will review our supplies carefully before we depart. In regard to your personnel problems, the king has decided to lend you what aid he can. Leith, Mordecai.
I will join you.
Mordecai? And Leith? Both of you, are you sure? None of the others could stand the idea of traveling with humans. I myself tremble with loathing at the thought of going to Benyan, but when the king gives an order, obedience is the only option. Well, that may be, but having witnessed the combat prowess of the Gallians for myself, I know how fortunate we are.
We will not fail you.
Yes! I have no intention of becoming friends. Do not forget that, and stay out of my way. You must forgive Leith. Her tongue cuts as deep as her claws do. I will return once I've reported to the king. While I'm gone, please finish your preparations for departure. Very well. Lake, here's a summary of our last battle. Look at all our new allies and all the gold.
I may have been thinking about new allies when I mentioned that you see multiple at once.
I thought you might have been, but I wasn't confident enough to tell you we were wrong.
I'm not entirely convinced that I haven't seen multiple MVPs, but I could very easily believe that I was just confusing the two.
There were no casualties, and no one suffered permanent injury. We fought excellently. That's all I have to report. If you'll excuse me. Get used to that line, guys.
Only for a little while.
Does it change?
Yeah, it changed twice, I believe.
Ah.
Yeah.
They don't.
He is creative. I want to say yes.
I'll wait on that, and you can find it.
Okay.
I'll just jump in here.
You there, Bjork. What do you think you're doing?
I was trying to get back to my room, but I've lost my way. Can you tell me which way I need to go?
It's this way. Follow me. Hey, not so close. Walk behind me.
What?
Pardon me. The king has ordered us to treat Bjork with kindness, but it will take some time. It is difficult to fight that instinct. Perhaps some memory of the slavery our forefathers suffered at Bjork hands flows in our blood.
I understand. I'll keep my distance.
Very well. Let's go.
All right. B. It is? Okay.
Yeah.
And so we put this guy right here, and this dealy bobber goes there, and we're finished.
Hacking, huh? Want some help?
Do I want some? Pfft, you're a hoot, handsome. I'm already done.
Oh, you're more skillful at this than I would have imagined. Or is it that Mist is woefully inept?
Oh, the Benyon Pegasus Knights were always moving around, so I learned to pack quickly. They used to train us on it all the time. Go here, pack this. Fun stuff.
Is that so? I can see that you have quite a strong sense of duty. Quitting the Benyon Pegasus Knights to join us must seem...
What are you saying? I'm a burden now?
No. I'm very grateful you're here. As I told you before, we're short on personnel.
Oh, good then. And I'm happy to be here. Say, Ike, you don't need to worry about me quitting the Benyon service. My decision wasn't based solely on my desire to repay you.
You had other reasons.
Yes, I'm also searching for my missing brother. He may be a dolt and a scoundrel, but he's all the family I have in this world. Remember when you found me when we were fighting the pirates? Well, I was trying to track him down. But every time I go looking for him, I end up on some dangerous situation with ugly boat monkeys trying to kill me.
Huh. So that's why you decided to join us, is it? I can understand that.
So, are you sorry you asked?
Not at all. The important thing is finding your brother as quickly as possible, right?
That's the plan.
I think every time I use her voice, I get faster. You seem depressed.
Look at who I'm trapped with. Of course I am depressed. And keep your worthless observations to yourself. All of you are so slow. I can't believe you're still not ready.
I'm sorry about that. If we were anything like you and didn't need to carry anything, it would be easier, but we have weapons and things to get ready.
Weapons of steel are a human weakness. Without them, you cannot fight properly.
But, Leith, you're carrying a dagger, aren't you, in the scabbard on your leg?
This is not for fighting.
Then what's it for?
I use it to remove small bones from meat. It can also cut fruit into bite-sized pieces. It has proven quite useful. What? If you got something to say, spit it out.
You despise? You despise Bjork.
You despise Bjork.
You despise Bjork, but you don't mind Bjork-crafted tools.
If something's good, it's good. Denying something's obvious worth out of petty spite is foolish. It's not that I do not despise everything Bjork. If every Bjork could get along with us as well as you do, I'm certain...
Leith?
This is a ridiculous conversation. I'm leaving now.
Fun voice. Now it's your turn.
Oh.
Rolf! Oh,
Oh my god.
Rolf! Oh, there you are! Mist, were you looking for me? Yes, I've been meaning to talk to you. We haven't had a chance to talk since that day we fought for the first time. I'm glad you're safe. Somehow we're both still alive. Yes, we've been so lucky. My heart was pounding and my hands were shaking so badly that I almost shot an arrow into Boyd's backside.
It's funny because you did that once in our D&D campaign.
Sorry, sorry, Dart.
Shot a crossbow bolt up our party mates.
Dan's character shot a crossbow bolt
Okay,
up our party
I
mates.
was actually rolling for Dan. Dan wasn't there that day. Dan's character shot a bolt up right at the butthole. It was good.
Good thing you didn't, or he would have given you a smacking. I was so scared. I heard yelling, screaming, and the most awful howls of agony. I felt dizzy and sick. I wasn't scared at all. Maybe I was a little nervous, but by the end I was almost hitting my targets. You weren't even a little scared? No way. I can't wait for the next battle. I'll fight better next time. You'll see. I'll feather a horde of slobbering enemies. See you later, Mist. I've got to go practice. Oh, Rolf. Rolf.
All right, so we will see you guys back here in a second once we've concluded the outfitting portion of this.
That's right, folks. It's me.
It's time.
It's go time.
After his father's death places the mantle of leadership on his young shoulders, Ike agrees to continue as Alincia's escort.
You know.
The company heads now for the Benyon Empire, the oldest and largest nation on the continent of Tellius. As Crimea is a former fiefdom of Benyon, the princess turns to them for succor, much as a scared child returns to a parent. Many in Tellius believe that without Benyon's might and influence, Crimea's reconstruction will be nigh impossible. However, Benyon and Gallia have no diplomatic ties and are further separated by an impassable mountain range. So, the company is forced to return to Crimea, where they hope to locate a ship to carry them to Benyon.
That's all.
Just that.
Just that.
Such an attractive man.
Accompanied by Ranulf, the warrior who has volunteered to guide them, the company leaves Castle Gallia behind. With heavy hearts and wounded spirits, they begin the long march back to Crimea. What a guy.
Ranulf, man. Hey, Ike, hold up a moment. You know, I was thinking, since this castle is on the way, we should probably stop by. Really? Why? Is there something special about this place? Why, yes, there is. This is Cantius Castle. Daein seized it early on in the war. Now it serves as a camp for prisoners. I've even heard there are a number of Crimean retainers being held captive in the dungeon beneath the castle.
What? Are you certain?
Princess, I'm hurt. Of course my information is reliable.
If we can rescue some Crimean soldiers, they might decide to join us. That would be quite a boon, would it not?
Yes, it would. I think it's worth the risk. Cantius Castle. Cantius?
Probably Cantius. Maybe Cantius. Canty? Yes.
So subtle. Just charging in on horseback.
That was pretty quiet, though. I mean, that was pretty high stealth rolls there.
The question now is, how do you open these cells and free the prisoners? The cells are certain to be locked, so in order to open them, logic would dictate that the keys would be in the possession of the jailer. We've no choice but to steal them. If we're lucky, the guards will have keys as well. In either case, we must move with caution. We don't want to trade blows with an entire castle garrison. Which means we stay close to the walls and avoid being seen or heard, right? All right then. Our first priority is to get our hands on the cell keys. Hey, you there!
Was it me?
I was really jealous of this one.
I have business with Sir Grail. Where is he?
Because he only talks to Ike, so we did it that way.
Right.
You're sorely lacking in social etiquette, aren't you?
Forgot about that.
State your business. Yeah, Soren accusing somebody else of lacking in social etiquette.
Mm-hmm. I'll speak with Sir Grail and Sir Grail alone. Now take me to him. What you ask is impossible. Commander Grail is dead. Well, that is a problem. Just who are you anyway? Call me Volk. Sir Grail hired me. I'm in intelligence.
My father hired you?
You are Sir Grail's son, correct? You'll do. Sir Grail hired me to investigate something. You pay my price, and I'll give you my report. Deal?
How much?
50,000.
It's a bit steep.
And worth every penny.
I don't have that much. Give me some time.
So, you're willing to pay?
My father hired you. You must have had a good reason.
Are you sure, Commander? We have no way of knowing if he's telling the truth.
We'll know when... Okay. Let's all calm down for a second. We'll know when he shows us the contents of that report. Until then, let's have him travel with us.
So that's your plan, eh? Listen, you get the report when I get paid. And I'm not waiting around until then. I'll keep my information for the time being. Call me when you've got the gold. Stop into any tavern along your way. Tell the barkeep you've need of a fireman. You'll see me within an hour.
Hold a moment. Intelligence. You said you were in intelligence, right? Is information the only thing you sell?
Come out with it. What are you asking?
Locks. Can you open locks?
Sure. 50 gold per lock.
You're going to have him open the cell doors.
Is that wise? We've only just met him. There's no telling if we can trust him.
So at this point, you actually have the first time where you get a choice whether or not you believe that this is a character you want to pursue. Depending on your choice here, you have two choices, obviously hire and don't hire. Seeking advice will just ask the other characters what they think you should do. Depending on your choice, it will completely change the storyline and completely change what's going to happen. So if you hire him, he will become a playable character, and he will be join the Grail Mercenaries temporarily until you get that intelligence report, and we'll see from there. And if you don't hire him, then go to a tavern, ask the barkeep for a fireman, and you'll see him within an hour. Now, I, playing through, have never chosen don't hire. Dan said the first time he tried it, but I think since then you've always hired him. Mm-hmm. And for sake of completion, hiring does allow us to have every character in the game, which is something we want to do. So I think our choice is made. Volk, will you help us break into these cells?
As long as I get paid, I have no complaint.
Titania, objections.
I told you before, didn't I? You're the commander. If you decide on a course of action, I will but follow.
Righto, I'm off. Good luck and all that. What? Wait, you're not going to help us here? Much as I would like to, I have a job to do. I will rejoin you when I'm finished. I see. Well, good luck to you then. Yes, and to you as well. Randolph runs off, and at this point, for the first time in the game, I believe we have like choices of units that we can't bring to the chapter. And so we are going to start picking off the units that we're not using and bringing only the units that we are. So you'll start seeing who is being selected over who else. And I think that's everybody. It's a perfect, well, Titania, but she'll come.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There's no one else we need.
Right.
So.
Reposition.
So Volk is a thief in this game at this moment, and so what he can do, I believe he's a rogue actually.
He's a thief.
He's a thief?
Yeah.
Okay. And thieves can open locks on doors. Additionally, if you don't hire him, you can break down the doors in order to open them. So you can actually like bash them with a hammer or any weapon and unlock them that way. Everyone should be good on items.
So as... Well, I'll let you explain it while I put all of my intense focus into the level.
Yep, that's how you do it. You just tell me what you want me to say and I'll...
Just the whole deal where they were explaining the strategy.
So in this chapter, there's actually two ways to complete the chapter. The first way, and the way that we will be seeing Dan go through right here, is going to be literally just not caring and bum rushing through the chapter with full guns blazing. But if you look, there are only currently 3 guards. There's one up top if you want to showcase him as well. And that's all that's on the chapter right now, aside from the boss in his little room in the corner. If you choose, you can get a whole bunch of bonus experience if you do not attack the guards here on this chapter. And so if you stay outside of the guard's range with every one of your units every turn, the objective on this chapter is escape. It is not to do any other thing other than that. And up top, there is an escape space that your character can reach. Now remember, when a character escapes, that character leaves unless the character is Ike, in which the chapter ends. Now nobody is currently guarding the escape space, so you can just leave this chapter pretty much straight away as long as you don't go into the guard's range. And that actually activates on their turn, not on yours. So for instance, when they move like this, if you're in their range, you get another chance to move out of their range before they see you. So it's at the beginning of their turn that'll activate.
Tell me something, will ya? What's going to happen to us? Those Daein soldiers took my friends away, but they didn't ever come back. What did they do to them? Oh, something bad happened, I just know it.
Quiet, fool. Keep your cowardly mutterings to yourself. It matters not what vile torture they devise. A true knight of Crimea is bold, steadfast, and strong. I care not if they pull out my nails with tongs or insert pins into the soft flesh of my underbelly or yank.
Stop it! I can't bear torture. I'm not a professional soldier. I'm just part of the militia. I can't believe I left my family behind for this. Will I ever see them again? Oh, I want to go home.
Curses. If only I had a weapon of some sort.
Help will come. I will not give up.
So as I was saying, if you can get out of the chapter and get to that escape space, you can leave the chapter completely behind. However, if you go into the cells, you can actually talk to the prisoners, you can free them, and if you do not open their cell door, you do not free them. That is how that works. You there. We've come to rescue you. You're not a soldier, are you? Your clothing gives you away.
I am a pilgrim. My name is Sephiron.
You're a monk? Why would they imprison you?
I was arrested in a nearby village, where I was tending to wounded Crimean knights. I received no trial, but have nevertheless been kept prisoner in this place ever since.
I see. That explains it. We've come here to liberate the prisoners of war. You should take this opportunity to escape.
You will set me free? That is most gracious of you. If you've no objection, I would ask your name.
I am Ike of the Grail Mercenaries. Please, the cell door is open. You should leave while you can.
Thank you. Perhaps we will meet again, Ike.
Worth noting, the characters in here will actually not move ever during this chapter, but the enemy will run into the cells if given the opportunity once they're opened and kill them. If they die that way, they are permanently dead forever.
I did not know that.
Yes, the enemy will attack the characters in the cells if you've opened the cell and left it available for them to do so. Mm-hmm. The other thing to note is that Sephiron, as you just learned, is not actually a soldier in the chapter. His character, you don't actually have to open his cell in order for him to be freed. I think the game assumes you open his cell no matter what, because it's so easy to open and access on like the first 2 turns. But they will completely like let him out even if you never open his cell. So they're gonna come back this way. They're gonna notice you now. Because the way that they notice is if you are in their range. Now, at this moment, if you go to the leftmost guard, not the left, the bottommost guard, right there, and you click on him, you'll see his range extends to right in front of that cell door. So even if you have no characters in his range, he will notice the cell door is open.
Oh.
And so then he will charge at this space and announce that you're here and all the other guys are going to come, which you'll see next turn. He's going to notice on this turn, so it doesn't matter because you open the door.
Iron Blade's fine.
So you guys notice that after every one of Dain's characters, once he's getting into combat, he will check to make sure they're carrying the right item.
I'm a little neurotic that way.
Which is not a bad thing to do,
Obsessive, I guess.
especially if you are like new to the game. And so this is the difference between how fast Dan and I play. Is just I try to keep that in my head, and if I fail to do so, sometimes Boyd dies. Although admittedly, I don't think Dan would have done anything differently in that situation.
Commander Danimal, the Council Defenses have been breached. What are your orders, sir?
What fortunate timing. We were starting to run low on prisoners. Do try to capture them alive. I won't have you robbing me of my fun.
As you command, sir. Wow, what a charming guy.
Yeah, so there's some people that were like, you know, out and about.
Ootin' a boot.
We've been spotted. There's nothing left to do but fight. So you'll see that Dan was leaving his units in very specific places because he knew those units were going to show up in behind him as well. And so he wanted to make sure he still had a back line of defenses, in addition to the front line of defenses, so that everyone's safe.
I've been burned. I got burned by that twice, actually. Because the first time you go through the game, you don't remember everything that happened.
Yeah.
You're learning. So when I got through my second playthrough and I was like sneaking forward and all of my weak units were in the back, thankfully I made my way up into that area where Ike and Oscar are now, so I had time to regroup, but I was just like, oh, freaking, okay. Of course, the first time I ever played, I didn't understand what they were trying to say, like sneak around, so I just went right into the guy's range the first time, and I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, they were like right on you in the first turn too. You want to like wait a turn or two if you can.
Yep.
Fire.
Fire.
Just level up his fire.
Level up the fire.
Chow! That's the fire sound that I assume.
Chow! Perfect. I love poetic justice, but let's see if we can get away with this. No.
Don't think so.
Wow, okay.
They're fast. I mean, and she hasn't leveled up much yet, so.
Well, right.
The swordsman, though, it's probably an okay shot for her. Oh,
Well, I
he
mean,
does a lot.
honestly, so is the bowman.
Yeah.
Just she'll get out again.
She'll get out either way, but if you hit the swordsman, then she at least takes damage and Mist can heal her. She has to run away anyway.
You're right. Where's... Yeah, that's... Okay. Do the thing!
Bop.
You did the thing! You
Thing's
did the
been
thing,
did.
too. Things
Boobity-boo.
God did.
So now Mist has a person to heal, and Mist should be healing someone every turn. I don't know if we left it in or not, but just in case we didn't, it is worth noting that between during the like part where I was doing some base management before I handed the controller over to Dan, we did level up every unit that we're using up to at least 4 if they were below that. So Mist and Rolf are both a little bit higher leveled now, so they have a little bit more experience behind them. But Mist can only heal every turn. It's actually possibly worth giving her the Restore and the Ward Staff just because they're worth more experience, and she can then use those if she can't heal in a turn. And so we might consider giving her another staff, but she can only use a staff, and that means that she can only get a little bit of experience, but she can get it every single turn as long as we're careful about how we manipulate. That's fine, because then Rolf maybe can kill.
Well, I'm bringing Oscar back, because these guys are going to come around.
But if you bring Oscar like down 2, but not back to that space?
Oh, like here?
Yeah.
Oh, you right. You right. Look at you. Being better at this game than me.
It's funny, because Dan and I have very different playstyles, and they actually suit the way that like we think very
Yeah.
differently.
I mean, I have a much more cautious playstyle, and that's totally fine. It just takes a lot longer and is less efficient in a lot of ways.
Whereas mine is a very tactical playstyle of optimizing like space and positioning of people. And they both work. I mean, you'll see the way that we alternate chapters, the way that the playstyle varies. They're both going to work just fine. That isn't a problem.
Yeah.
So however you want to play the game, you are welcome to play the game. The Iron Blade is terrifying.
Oh!
I think it's a weight thing, probably.
Yeah.
Void Strength should be high enough, but I mean...
Well, there will never be a time when Boyd's strength is not high enough.
I don't know, 13's not like a wowing stat.
No, I guess it's not killer in
I'm pretty sure
the
he's got more
whatever
magic right now
chapter.
than he had in our entire
chapter.
practice playthrough.
You're probably right.
And resistance.
You know what we should give Titania?
Slim Axe. What?
You mean a piece of paper? No, a lance or two. Like, she doesn't need it, but
Yeah.
there are a lot of times when you're like, oh, I'll just take out this person with Titania, and like instead of 100%, she'll have like 92%. So like, she's gonna miss then. And we missed with 92s way more often than the computer misses with 75s. Just so as you know. That's really
Yeah,
fun.
you get XCOM'd hard in this game. If you don't know what that phrase is, a lot of people will call it Fire Emblem, in fact, which is to miss like an 89 to 95% accurate move. I have missed 99%. I've only ever missed 2, and I've done way more than 200 attacks. So that's across all Fire Emblem games. But I know that I've missed 2. But I have gotten a lot more 1% crits. Like I've gotten a lot of those.
I've gotten a lot of 3% crits.
True.
Like, I'm amazed how often my crit chance is how often my crit chance is 3%, but a lot of them hit.
Yep.
Oh, killing it. Oh, right, the avoid support.
Yeah, you put those two together a lot.
Yeah, I know
Actually,
I casually mentioned the avoid support between Ike and Oscar when the first time we talked about the difference
if
between
you
our
click,
play
if you click on
styles.
Ike, I think you can
Yeah.
see it.
But yeah, so right now, Ike is getting, I guess, 5?
10. It's on the side. Plus an avoid.
I know. But is any of it from Soren?
No, because Soren's not within 3 spaces.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so Oscar and Ike at level C, support level C, give each other plus 10 avoid. Which is...
I guess now is a good time as I need to go vaguely into how that works. Because it is, like, you can know it by the characters themselves, but the actual way to know is that each character has an affinity. That affinity is a very weird thing within the game that affects various stats, but specifically and most importantly, it affects their support. So you'll note that Ike and Oscar are both Earth affinities. Soren is a dark affinity. There's like all sorts of affinities, and I don't even remember what they all are. But there's a whole ton of them, and each one gives a character plus X in any number of 4 different possible stats, being strength, defense, avoid, and hit. And if they get a plus in that stat, both characters get a plus in that stat for each rank of that amount. So that was really confusing. So if you get plus 10 avoid per level of your support, then Ike and Oscar each get plus 10 avoid per level of their support. So right now Oscar also has plus 10 avoid when he's there. They have to be within 3 spaces of each other in order to take advantage of that support bonus. So in this game, they do not... Okay, let me try to explain this in like a way that makes any sort of sense. In this game, the way that support works is that your 2 characters just have to be used on the same chapter in order to level up their support score. If you hit a certain amount in your support score, you have the eligibility to go to the next level of support. So Ike and Oscar have hit a support score where they can reach level C within their support, and they have not reached the level in which they can hit B yet. Now, when they're at level C support, which means having the support conversation, which as we said before, each person can only have 5 support conversations total, then they are standing within 3 spaces of each other on the map at the same time, then they are able to take advantage of that support. That support being plus 10 avoid each. Now these 2, right now they're standing 2 squares away from each other because that diagonal is not counted, so it's adjacency. And so they are able to have that support active. Each of them is getting that 10 avoid. If they hit level B, each of them will be getting 20 avoid. And if they hit level A, each of them will be getting 30 avoid. Now you saw there, Rolf is a wind affinity, and he has a bonus with Mist, who is currently within 3 spaces, which gives him, I believe it was, I didn't even see exactly what it was, but I think it was plus 2 defense and plus 2 avoid. Or plus 2 hit and plus 2 avoid at level C. So you'll note that at level A, it would be plus 6 to those stats. So you can see how much that plus 10 to avoid that Ike and Oscar give each other is like absolutely absurd. Considering Mist and Rolf give each other plus 2. Now plus 2 hit is very different than plus 2 avoid. Being more like a hit things is very vastly different. Ike might die. You like, for all your cautiousness, it's like,
Yeah, you're right.
getting a little tight.
A little too close for comfort.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
That miss seals it.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be? Leveling up's always really exciting too. It's like
Level
opening
up Soren strength.
It's like opening a pack of cards. Like you just never know what's gonna happen.
It is.
And there's that feeling of like reward when you get it right. And if Dan didn't show before the level ups in the bonus experience, just clip to them now. Because they were insane. Rolf and Mist, who were the 2 characters that we leveled up to 4, both got ridiculously good level ups in there. So it was really exciting to sit there and be like, oh yes, like they got the good level up. Because Rolf has had some pretty bad level ups outside of bonus experience. I don't think Mist had any level ups outside of bonus experience, so.
Yeah, she had not gotten any at the time.
She's gonna want to wait till she gets to the mage.
I think she can do it. Oof.
You might be able to shove Soren to this point where he can make that happen. Oh, never mind. No one's behind him to shove him.
No.
That's not what you want to do with Mist, though.
No, I
Void
definitely
could reach or Volk could reach.
Right.
You could start sending Volk out of there because he's kind of taking up a space.
Yeah.
I mean, I just mean like step back a little bit for shoving later or something because he's taking up a space of ranged attack.
Yeah. Well, I'm also pretty much clearing this out in this turn.
Are you? How are you getting rid of the knights?
Magic. Except literally not magic.
I was gonna say, we have like no magic accessible to us in this range.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, Boyd can smash a knight with a hand axe pretty well,
Yeah.
but he can't reach.
Oh, hand axe?
Yeah.
I mean, I was just gonna put him right up there.
I mean, he can. Yeah, he just does a lot of damage to knights, even,
Yeah, you're
even
right.
with a hand axe.
You're right. That's not what that equals.
What?
I was like, oh, 7 plus 7. Good.
No, but it's enough that Rolf can kill probably. Maybe.
I doubt it.
Maybe? Dang it. Iron Bow, it's a little bit stronger.
Hard pass.
Dang it.
It is not stronger.
Oh no, Rolf's bow is stronger, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just so you know, only Rolf can wield Rolf's bow.
Just so as you know.
Just so as you know.
Can Volt kill? You actually can't reach it. A soldier from here, or the knight. Oscar
Nope.
can kill.
Oscar can kill, yes.
And then Marcia can kill the mage. And then you're not stuck in this little
Right,
opening.
right.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Little worried. Okay.
Oh, I already used Boyd.
Does Titania have one more job? She does have one more job, I think, for the rest of this game. I think she has one more, like, real job that she has to do.
Okay.
And then I think she's good. I think
I
she's
can't
done, like,
think of what you'd be talking about
right now.
right now, like this level.
No, not this level. She doesn't have one more job. Like, this game.
Yeah, I can't think of what you'd be referring to.
It's not required that it's her, it's just easier that it's her, in my opinion.
Oof.
Woof.
Rough.
I mean, that guy has to die this turn, because otherwise Ike's in danger.
The mage or this guy?
That guy.
Yeah.
The lanceman.
Rolf.
You gotta hit someone with him at some point. Not if you do that.
Oof. Volk! Can we quit playing games, please? Yeah, so he's fine.
I mean, you should also just hit him with Marcia and then hit him with Rolf. Right?
Well, yeah, but that's not gonna kill it.
Yeah, it's not gonna kill. Well, Marcia can hit with an iron lance. She doesn't have to hit with the
Oh,
javelin.
you right.
Or a steel lance to get Rolf to kill.
Yes. Oh.
I've been had.
Is it hot in here or is it just magic? Why did I go there?
This
I don't know.
Marcia's on fire. That was hard.
Fire.
That's too many syllables.
No, that was right. Marcia's girl is.
Okay. It just seemed like it was wrong. I'm just paranoid. Hey, Soren.
Soren. Frand.
So now Ike should be getting both their support benefits from where he's standing.
Yeah.
Where'd Oscar go, actually?
He's.
I completely lost track
He's
of
here.
Oscar. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he's good. Yeah, so they're.
So now you can
they
see
both are.
plus 17 avoid if they're all three of them are standing in the same place.
You know, as you do.
For some reason, Soren and Ike get plus 7.5 avoid per level, whereas Ike and Oscar get plus 10 avoid per level. So Ike and Oscar are just quantifiably better. I don't know why that is the case. Who had the door key? Soren? I think it's Soren. I think it's
Oh,
Soren.
well, Volk got the chest key.
Oh, it's Rolf.
Rolf.
So just give it to Oscar, right? Like walk
And then just have Oscar.
go free her? I guess not.
Well,
yet.
are they gonna move though?
Not
want
unless
them
you're
to
in
kill
their
her.
range.
I'll wait. Just gonna get ready up here.
Get ready. Let's get ready to rumble. Who's got need of healing right now?
You right. Marcia.
It's like not how I never check through this menu ever. It's so funny.
See,
that,
there have been too many times where I'm like, okay, who needs to be healed? Oh, I've moved almost everyone, so I just
I just go go around the map and just like read
Yeah.
from there.
Volk.
That's so interesting that you
Marsha.
choose to do it this way. You can also press Z and then check the unit menu.
Oh, you right.
And then hit HP. And then check if they're lower than max.
Yeah,
And
okay.
if you do HP upside down, it's really easy. Because they're all, like, injured.
Yes.
So all
So definitely Marsh and Volk. Marsh and Volk. Marshaw and Volk.
what is happening? But it's who within her range.
Titania. Marsha!
Hooray!
Marsha.
Yeah,
See,
that happens all the time in this playthrough.
See, throughout Heart Gold, we kept doing that with just random things, but
Her
now
name is
we have
actually
a Marsha. Oh, geez, who lets us out in public?
Nobody. That's why we're talking on the internet in our rooms.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Well, your room specifically. Oh, no, we were in my room that one time. I was in my
You
room
were in
that
your
one
room,
time.
'cause I was sick in my room that one
Robert's,
time.
That's right. Robert's going to give me the plague, so no, please. Shove the door. What up, Bram?
You're a Crimean soldier, right? Come on. I'm here to rescue you.
Seriously? I'm not dreaming again, am I?
I'm a mercenary and the employee of Princess Alentia. I'll give you all the details later. For now, we have to move.
What? The princess? Oh, happy day! Wait, let me stretch a bit. Ooh. Sorry, I'm stiff from this hard floor. Ow, ow, ow! Cramp!
Oh, for the love of... Come on. This way.
Oh, all right. Hold on a second. I don't remember the king having any children.
There's no time to explain. Hurry up.
Oh, coming. Now, if I remember correctly, you don't need to talk to Kieran.
You cannot talk to Kieran.
You cannot.
Oscar
Okay.
might be able to talk to Kieran.
Oh, I think you're right.
I think he can.
Doesn't matter though.
Nope. Now, Braum will not move, so you don't have to worry about directing him or anything. He becomes an ally, but he's not, or a partner, but he's not.
Ooh, check out that deef.
Oh, Oscar.
What a great Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar's gotten really, really good level ups for the most part.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Bold. It'll work. It'll be fine. He's at like full health or so.
Yeah, I mean.
And only one of them can hit him. Well, a couple of them.
Oh,
have javelins,
never mind.
Oh, did you not think that was in their range?
Well, I wasn't too worried about it. I was specifically looking at the defense so
Yeah.
that it'd be okay, but. Wow. Many javelin.
I gave him a second javelin.
Yeah, so doors are strong.
Yeah, they're hard to break. That's why you take Volk.
Doors, unlike people,
But
are made of
axes,
metal.
I think, do more. Like a significant chunk more.
Oh, absolutely. We don't have an extra hand axe, but
Yeah, why would you use a hand axe on that? Why not just run and hit it and then walk it or over there? You can do it with Marsha. You can hit the door and then leave.
well, yeah, but I don't want to.
Slim Lance. It's crit it.
I don't want to. Now that my two like great defenders are.
Well, they can't reach her this turn. That's just their outer range.
All right.
They also, yeah, I don't think the Slim Lance will
Ooh,
break it.
rough. Oh right, I did pick Slim and not Steel. I was like, wow, I'm disappointed.
Oh, you just blocked Oscar
We.
from being healed.
Oh yeah. We can still.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, uh-huh.
See? See, we need to take turns doing stupid heal mistakes.
That's true. I already did my one, which was to not heal everybody all the time.
Yeah.
But then I raised her to level 4, so it was fine. Like, it ended up not mattering. It would just have been a waste of heal staff. I was just gonna automatically raise her to level 4 anyway.
Well, but it's still.
It took bonus experience.
Exactly.
What else are we gonna do with it? Besides give people experience.
Well, give people different experience later.
Are your glasses broken? Or is it a reflection? Oh, it's a reflection. Okay. Hold up. Bam! We're back. So, as you may have noticed, we've changed clothes. Things have changed. That's because we had real life come up for a minute. But we're back, and we're gonna finish off this particular little piece of the game, and this chapter. That is what this piece of the game is called.
Amazing.
So, admittedly, it's been long enough that I don't 155% remember exactly what's happening, or where Dan was, but hopefully he does, because that's all that matters.
Scrubs. Hey.
Marsha getting levels.
Count it.
Oh, Marsha level ups are so much fun. You missed Reacher?
Nope.
Oh, she can reach Oscar. Or you can shove her. The other thing you're gonna have to do is eventually theoretically move one of Oscar or Titania into the space to hold it, so that you can actually use your range characters.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not as fast as you, but I know how to play the game, rabbit.
I know. The only reason I would tell you any of this is because I don't remember what was happening, and so I'm just trying to make sure that you're like, where you need to be mentally.
Yeah.
Oscar is level 15.
Killing it.
That's stupidly high. I believe Oscar starts at level 2 in chapter 1, which means that in 10 chapters he's gone 14 levels, which is insane.
Ooh.
All right. Fire.
Crit. Didn't crit. Okay.
Critless.
Critless.
Wow, everyone's getting the levels. Just starts the game back up and everyone levels up.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm in.
In our practice playthrough, Rolf got horrific level ups for the almost entire game.
Yes, he did.
And so it's really nice to see him getting some good ones, and hopefully he'll be more useful than he was in that practice playthrough. You could have Titania go run and break the other door with the chest.
Yeah.
You don't really need her doing anything else.
Axes.
It like almost sort of makes sense that they're really good against metal doors, but not quite.
I mean, I hope if you hit it with a hammer, it just like falls into pieces.
Shatters. There's just shards all over the field now.
Or it does the like crunch thing. They just like step over now. You hit me.
Ike's not there.
You death. Ike.
All right, Ike. So we have created an ally on this chapter from the last turn, and that means that Ike does have his direct ability again. I actually don't know in this chapter if you use a direct that whether they'll actually move or not. Because his defaulting is just staying where he is.
Oh yeah.
But you'll know one thing to really be aware of is that Ike has moved this turn. So if Dan wanted to direct, like if he forgot to direct, he actually cannot. You cannot use the direct functionality or ability when Ike is already moved and has already been told to wait. So make sure you do that first. You can direct and then unselect Ike so that you don't actually use up one of his slot for the turn. That is totally allowed, but just be aware of the fact that once you move Ike, you can't actually direct or order anymore. Order is basically direct, but for your own units, so if you don't feel like moving all of your units every turn, you can order them to go to a certain place and they'll all kind of go there, but they go in the order of the unit list, which if you want to show them the unit list, they'll go in this order. That's the turn order they'll take, just down the list, wherever they start. And so watch out for that turn list, because sometimes you'll have units go into places that they can't survive because they'll move first and they'll block holes from other units to get to. So generally we don't use the order command. Generally you just move all your units or
I don't think I ever
wait,
have.
but that is what it does. It's just like a convenience thing, basically. Staff. Now, healers are tough to level up throughout the game. You just make sure that every turn that you can, you're healing somebody. From pretty close to here on out, we'll almost never use vulneraries unless a lot of units need healing simultaneously, or someone desperately needs healing on that turn. We'll usually leave the damage until such a time as a healer can get there, so they can actually get the experience, because it's the only way to get them experience. 21.
I was gonna say boo.
Rolf also has a door key. So,
Because he's dorky.
so you could have Volk go get the chest and Rolf open the door. I see what you did there.
Oh, you're right. Oh yeah, no, that's
That's exactly what you
I was
did.
like, oh, that's the opposite of what I was gonna.
But if you want to do mist to Volk before he moves, so she doesn't run over there too.
You're right.
Yeah. It's the little optimizations, guys. We're all about those. Because
He's all about those.
if Mist has to chase Volk down, then she goes far away from everybody else, which makes it hard for her to heal a unit next turn. Whereas now she's close by.
I'm about taking all the damn time I need.
I mean, it's a good strategy. You can't attack through that wall.
I know.
Okay. Like, it's effective. Wait, what? You need to talk to Nephany.
Yes.
So you need to open the door and then, yeah.
Yeah, what am I doing? I don't know.
When we get there, I ain't certain. All I know is I am on my way. Rolf. there's a
I'm having so much trouble
puzzle right now.
Oh, did I? So before I mentioned that Oscar may be my favorite character, it's Nephany. For sure.
Not even your favorite lance wielder. Like really just dropped on the tier list right here.
You're right.
You're a Crimean soldier, right? I've opened your cell. Let's get out of here.
Who are you?
I'm Ike. I'm with a mercenary company hired by Princess Crimea. I can fill you in on the details later. For the time being, you'll just have to trust me.
Very well. I love that. You're like, I'm here to protect you. I'm gonna save you from harm.
Stiff arms her.
Wait.
Now, it is not required that you talk to Brahm and Nephany. You just have the option of doing so and turning them into allies. The requirement is opening the cell door. If you do not open their cell door, then they do not make it out. But you do not actually have to talk to them.
Statue frag. Let's get down to business to defeat
Ike also has a door key?
the day.
Why does everyone have a door key?
Because they're all so dorky.
Oh, because all the guards had them, and you killed them.
Figured it might work on the second try.
No, the second try just didn't even get acknowledgement. First try at least acknowledged it.
No, you didn't. Maybe in your head you did. I don't think you did. I seem to distinctly remember you not.
Editor Dan, did I respond?
Oh, okay. I guess he did.
I appreciate what just happened.
Thanks.
Even if the viewers don't get to see it, I appreciate it. It's like, I know what you're doing there.
All right. Yeah, that's
Why don't you just go attack the dude?
okay. Like there.
Yeah, like there.
'Cause then there's a whole Titania. That's what I was obviously going to say. Boom. Not boom.
Whap!
Yeah. Boom.
Oh. You could put her in front of the door with a no item equipped and just kind of have her, like, keep those swordsmen at bay. It's an option, or you could just have her kill them. Can Soren take a hit from that dude?
From this dude?
Yeah.
15. Yeah.
Yes. He may be able to get the ×2, but he doesn't have strength anymore. Which is so depressing.
I know. Oh!
Oh.
Cannot take 2 hits.
Nope, but it's only 40%. Or you just stand him there and then let him hit you in the next turn when he can't counter. I don't think
True.
any of them move, but I can't swear to that.
Here's hoping.
I'm like 95% sure that neither of them move. None of them? There's 3 of them.
Well, these 2 certainly don't,
Yeah.
because then you can just win. So there's only really danger of 1.
Is Ike hurt?
Yeah.
Always gotta have somebody. Look at the optimizations there. Just like we planned it together. Just like we planned it together.
Yes.
Whee!
Not even your favorite lance wielder.
He's not my favorite lens wielder either, to be fair. I never said that he was my favorite character, so...
Right.
I
well, no,
waited.
he's up there.
He's up there.
Great.
He's a great character. I mean, he's our highest level character right now. That's not class change.
Well, that's...
So that means we're using him a lot, which means he's a great
That's
character.
arguably classist.
What?
I mean, not literally, because he's still the lower class. He's still first class, not second class. Which is opposite to the way that... Oh!
He has Javelin.
Oh, right. I killed him. Okay. I was like, the guy moved. Where did he... Oh.
No, he attacked Boyd.
Yeah. But what I was going to say... Oh, yeah. Well, that's like... Oscar's so high level. He's so strong already. Obviously, we like him. And like, yeah, okay, yeah. We use him more. So that... We use him more because we like him. But not just like, I like the stronger units. Okay, Steve. Steve. You know, Steve.
Well, it would, yeah, if he came at that level and we used him because he was that level,
Right.
like Titania style, then sure, I
Yeah.
can agree with that, but we made him that level because we use him a lot.
No, everything you said was right. I just... Every time I hear or imagine something, I think of all the not correct ways it could also be. That's great for like improv comedy and creative writing and shit, but like real life, I just struggle in general.
I mean, that's true.
That's true.
Who else is hurt?
Ralph.
Ralph.
Titania, Oscar.
Titania.
Ralph.
Ralph.
Let's heal Ralph.
Mist and Ralph sitting in a tree. Because Ralph's a bowman and he fires from a tree.
Thanks, Mist.
You're welcome.
Mercenaries, man, they're fast.
Myrmidons.
That's what I meant. Mercenaries are also
They are a class.
a class, and they are also sword wielders. But those are definitely Myrmidons.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
I think are
That's not
mercenaries
bad.
in this game?
No.
As a class?
Nope.
Probably because we're mercenaries.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh. So that's 26.
You're 26.
I'm 23.
Marsha can probably finish him from there then, potentially.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do the thing.
Just don't miss.
Please.
It tells you the odds this time. nothing I can do about it. I can't save you from that. You could close your eyes and I could be like, oh, Boyd has a 100% hit chance.
Okay. He has a 3%. He hits. What? When I don't know the odds, they're in my favor.
So just a reminder, on any chapter like this, you can have any unit that isn't Ike leave, and they will actually just leave. You could move Titania and put Oscar there if you wanted.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Okay. Clicks on OP square. Opti? Empty square.
What just happened?
I was gonna try to say open and empty, and definitely said
Ooh,
Opti.
Oscar's strength is not 13. There you go. Lances, man. How heavy are the axes?
Heavy.
Makes sense. They're the stronger weapons.
Yep.
Yeah, why not?
Fun fact, if you take an inoptimal, unoptimal, aoptimal,
Non-optimal?
non-optimal
Perhaps.
free route from point A to point B, it will actually only count the number of squares that you net traveled, and then you can still use the remainder of those whenever you have like a mounted unit that can move after combat.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so it counted as if Oscar had only moved 3 squares there, even though he moved 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
You killed my friend. I will kill you. Ow. Ow. I will still kill you.
Except Ralph's gonna do it. Possibly.
Rolf is not gonna kill Oscar.
I mean,
No!
crit fail? Does he have a chess key?
No. I don't know if anyone.
I mean, Volk is fine. Volk
Volk has a chest key.
Just have him trade with somebody else so they can do this like more quickly,
Yeah.
like Titania. What?
My stomach did a weird thing.
Oh, nope. That's not how you. Oh, did you kick trade? Wow, that was like.
Yeah, I hit trade.
It just looked like you hit items. That was crazy. The optimizations, man.
The optimizations.
Those first frame button clicks. Heal a person. What are you looking for?
Titania, Oscar,
Wait, what are you looking for? Oh,
health.
I mean, just
Remember we talked about how we do it the different ways?
I mean, I just remember Titania had an injury, so I was just like, just heal Titania.
I don't
She's
remember
right.
anything. Ever. So, there's that.
That is a thing. That is a problem. If, you know, it's a problem.
Soren, get on Miss level.
Miss
Wait,
getting
does she
them
have
straight.
the... Yeah, not even like the Night Band or the Wyvern Band or anything.
Nope, guess who has the night band?
You piece of royal shit.
He got it. In his defense, he got it.
In his strength.
He did get it in strength. And then Boyd blew it.
Boyd, it's your fault.
He went from full to dead. From 4 units. There you go. Oh, why not just kill him? He's gonna attack you,
I know,
so why not just kill him?
because now he's dead. Took less time, I didn't have to press all the buttons.
It took exactly the same amount of time because he wouldn't have attacked on this turn.
The attack took the same amount of time, except I didn't have to press any buttons. That's not my real reason, because technically it's true. Oh!
Is this me?
I think so.
Look who's very happy. Nope. Wow! I just jumped the gun
Now
on
you're thinking of portals.
Look who's come to play. I am so very happy to see you. Now then, are you ready to become my prisoners and live a life of eternal bliss within my lovely dungeon?
Wow, what a weird everything that just happened. Oh!
Look who's very happy. That was a struggle.
Yeah, a lot happened right there in that time there. Don't you know?
Oh! I mean, so you do that, you hit him with Oscar or move Oscar, then Titania moves, you can shove with Boyd, who can't get in there anyway.
Boyd can get in there. I was gonna move Oscar and Rolf, attack with Soren, attack with Boyd.
Yeah, but attack with Rolf and then shove him with somebody. You can't have him attack with everybody, because whoever attacks without being able to move, whether it's Oscar, Marsha, Titania, and then you have someone who's stuck there, someone else will be open. What do you? Okay. No shoving. I get it. But why would you do it first?
Because
So now you have to attack with. Okay. Nope.
Yes!
Oh. Okay. Well, Miss should heal somebody.
Yeah,
One of Boyd or Ike cannot attack.
that's fine.
So why would you shove with Miss?
Because
Because then she can't heal Oscar
right now.
or get experience on this turn.
All of this is true.
Okay.
Yeah. Boom. Oof. Boom.
You'll not escape. I will see you all. Nope, all of you. Dead. You will be executed.
Yeah, Boyd.
That was funnier than the dorky comment.
Thanks.
You're raising the bar. Master Seal.
Whoa.
Master Seals can be used to class change a unit of level 10 or above. Certain units, including Ike and Volk, cannot class change at present. Any other unit will automatically class change upon hitting level 21. So they get to level 20, and then they get to 21, and they will class change instead of getting stats. And but if you are impatient, you can have them use a Master Seal anytime between 10 and 20 to class change instead. Oscar. Close. That's a wall. Heal the wall. Whee. I'm so excited for the time that we say, remember that time that Mist couldn't fully heal Oscar? Short axe.
Short axe.
That's rescuing Volk. If you take one step to the side, you can have somebody else trade for the chest key. Just take it.
I'm so sad.
That was kind of funny, though.
It was so funny.
It was kind of funny. You're really having trouble with that. Chest key. That particular chest right there is a struggle.
I just didn't want counter, man.
Yeah.
I just got past the part where we were talking about that. We're editing.
Which part?
I was like, Titania has a skill, and you're like, no, she doesn't. And I was like, she sure does. It's this. And you're like, corrosion. I was like, yes. What I meant was this. You're like, counter? Yeah. So that happened.
Ascar.
Is that like NASCAR on a budget?
No.
No.
It's not like that. It's not like that at all.
Why would you say that?
17.
You know what? Titania's just gonna keep him.
Hold him. Well, now that we've opened all the chests and stuff, do we really trust him? Gotta, like, contain him.
Yeah.
Tree.
Tree. Dirty tree and a turd.
That's Ascar.
Alright, cool. Let's go.
Escape. Time to get out of here.
Funny, looks just like the word escape.
I've brought one of the Crimean soldiers who is being held prisoner.
I'm sure you are unaware of this, but I am...
Princess Elincia!
Oh, yes, quite right.
I am Kieran. What?
Go
Very
ahead.
good.
Yep.
I served under General Jeffrey as the leader of Crimea's 5th platoon. My platoon had the honor of escorting you from the palace during Daein's attack.
Really? You were there when...
I was! Lord Renning ordered my platoon to accompany General Jeffrey to serve as your escort. Our mission was to see you safely out of Crimea to Gallia's king. But we failed you. And when you were lost to us, I believed my worthless life was at its end. Yet here you are! To think that I would be so blessed as to see you again. Such emotion, the tears.
Kieran, were there any others?
Such terrific emotion. I beg your pardon.
Did anyone other than yourself survive?
Of course! Though I was the only one unfortunate enough to suffer the misery of captivity. General Jeffrey and several of his soldiers fought off the Daein attack. They were able to slip away. Even now they wait in Crimea, hoping for one last chance to strike a blow against Daein.
Jeffrey. He is alive? Oh, how these words drive off the shadows across my heart. Thank you, Kieran. Thank you for surviving.
You are too kind! Your Highness, I thought that was a period.
It's tough.
The opportunity to serve you again is the greatest reward I could ask for. For as long as I draw breath, I will stand ready at your side. This, I swear. Unfortunately, you'll never see him on the battlefield. Alright, we all know where Kieran stands. How about you two? Will you recognize Princess Elincia as the rightful heir to the Crimean throne? Will you fight for her?
Look here, my name's Brahm, and this lass is Nephany. We're just simple country militiamen from the same territory. Now, we don't know much about nobles and stuff. Kings and queens don't matter much when you're working the fields. Of course, we know we'll be in trouble if someone takes our fields away from us, so that's why we joined the militia. This King of Daein's no friend of ours. And I hear he's doing terrible things too. Vile tortures and with rusty nails and more. What's going to happen to my family? I left them all back home and I'm so worried I can hardly see straight. If you can feed the King of Daein, will this country return to the way it used to be? Is that what you're after? It is my hope. I may not be as powerful as my father, but I will never abandon Crimean. You sound like a lady who stands by her word. Looks like my choice is easy. Mine too. I'll fight in your name. I'll help you in yours, and we'll send those Daein milksops packing. Thank you. I beg your pardon.
You're...
Oh, blessed saint. Master Sephiron, you live! Brahm, Nephany, are either of you wounded? We're fine, but what about you? You were jailed for helping us. I'm so sorry. Oh, I hope they didn't hurt you. It is nothing to fret about. Everyone is safe, and that is what matters. Oh, blessed one.
Pardon me. May I have a moment?
Yes? Oh, you're the man I met earlier. I owe you so much for freeing me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You don't have to thank us. However, I am curious about your situation. Why were you aiding Crimean soldiers?
Do you question my story?
You're a monk on a pilgrimage as well as an ally of Crimean resistance fighters? Under the circumstances, do you blame me?
Tell me something, Ike. If you came across a wounded person, could you ignore his plight?
Normally, no, I could not. But in times like these, where it means risking my own life, I don't know. It's tough to say.
You're quite honest. However, if actually faced with such a choice, a man such as yourself would not hesitate. If faced with an individual in pain, you would act instinctively. Your body would not wait for the command.
Who are you, really? You're so calm, so full of peace. I can't believe you're a simple monk.
If you'll forgive me, I must be going. Fare thee well, young warrior. I am certain that we will meet again. Ike.
Oh, hello, Volk. What do you want?
I was thinking about traveling with you for a bit. I'll be in the general area, so if you need anything, you can call me. I'll help you out. For a fee, of course. What did you say?
Why would you do such a thing? In times such as these, there must be many parties that need... intelligence.
Well, you've sparked my curiosity. And besides... No, we'll just have to leave it at that. That's not acceptable. Don't be so inflexible. It's not as if I'll be joining your merry band or anything. This is strictly business. And yet you...
Titania?
I believe this is a good opportunity. We will almost certainly have need of this man's talents. He is a dubious character at best, but at least we know his motives. Everything begins and ends with gold. He'll be easy to control.
Soren, he's standing right there.
I don't think he minds.
What will it be, Ike? The decision's yours. Let him come!
Very well. You may do as you like.
Excellent. Call me if you need anything.
First the thief, and then that monk. What an odd band of characters you've attracted. Ranulph, have you finished your errands? Well done, but about those two, yes, they're both rather mysterious. Well, the monk seems like a decent enough fellow. Determining who is a friend and who is a foe is something I must be able to do. But it's just so hard. That's only because you don't have enough information to base your judgment on. All we can do now is press on. You're right. Nope, not the same file. All right. So, with that, everyone, we are not quite going to wrap up this episode. Really quick before the end of it, but after we record this piece, I am actually going to go back through this episode and show you guys what it would take to not make the guards notice you. So if you guys want to stick around for that, feel free. If you don't care, there's not going to be any plot or anything. It's just going to be the chapter one more time. And I'll show you what you can do in that chapter without the guards noticing and kind of how to beat it and get all the bonus experience. But that will not be the playthrough we're using. That'll just be on a separate file. So it's not like that will change the experience or anything like that. So if you guys just really care about the story and just want to see how we play through it, this is the end. But there's a little bit of bonus content at the end if you do want to see it. So choose units. So this is where you start seeing the immediacy of this and how the strategy is going to differ. Volk, not required for this. You can do this without Volk. However, doing it with Volk actually adds one thing that you can do that Ike cannot do alone. And so I will show off that you can do with Volk. But this chapter is still very, very doable with the two of them. Doesn't matter what items they have, they're not going to be getting into any combat. So if you look at all their ranges of the guards, specifically these 3 guards, but these guys are relevant for this as well a little bit later, you'll see that there are spaces in which they do not have vision on. So if you stay out of the spaces that they have vision on, just like Dan did at the beginning of his playthrough of this particular chapter, they're not going to notice you and the guards will not activate. And so what I need to do is...
Not that.
is stay outside of their range for the remainder of the chapter. Now, I can't open Sephiron's cell because the guards will notice an open cell as much as they would notice you, and that will activate everybody else as well. Now, at this point, you'll notice they've hit this like really obnoxious spot where you actually have to go down instead of going upwards, and you want to make sure you stay outside of their range because it will extend after you move. Sometimes you're blocking bits of their range. So you want to make sure that you stay outside. So that third guy's no longer relevant at the moment. Can't get there. So won't worry about him right now. And so the two of these guys, as you can see, you could have maybe one more unit, but not much more than that. And there's no real reason to have more units than the two of these. The only thing that you can do, and Dan alluded to this when he said that Oscar was not his favorite character, as to why you'd want to bring Volk on this particular mission with Ike, even if you're doing the stealth portion of it. And it's because there's one cell that's on your way and close enough to the end of the chapter that you can actually go to it. And that happens to be Nephene's cell. And so you can actually unlock Nephene's cell and stay outside the guard's range for long enough such that you can get her. Now, we will be showing off, because I think it's interesting, what happens if you unlock Nephene's cell, but not Braum and Kieran's cell, just because that's what happens when you're doing this particular style of playthrough. And so this is the spot where any more than Ike and Volk is going to make it very, very challenging, because there's only exactly 2 spaces there that you could go into. And you'll note that Volk can reach Nephene's cell. We don't want to open it yet. We want to actually wait on that for a minute. And we want to bring Ike over here. I think that's fine. If I recall correctly, that's fine. Yeah, those are the 2 spaces. And so what's going to happen is we need one more turn. We need to stall for one more turn, and this guy can notice it if you had opened Nephene's cell already. So what we want to do is we want to bring Ike all the way around. We want to make sure that he stays outside those guys' ranges as well. It's actually not required. If this guy charges out to here, it does not activate the guards, but it doesn't hurt to not have him attack Ike. And then the other thing we want to do is bring Volk all the way out to here. And Volk can make it back on his next turn, so that's not a problem. And because Ike escapes in the same turn, it all works out. So Volk comes back, he opens the door to Nephene's cell, and then Ike comes out and escapes in the same turn. Now, we never open Sephiron's cell. We never open Braum and Kieran's cell. We don't get any of the chests.
This may come as a surprise, but my name is Alencia. I am the daughter of King Ramon, the recently departed leader of Crimean. I'm on a mission to liberate and restore our homeland, and I need all the support I can garner.
We need to know where you stand. Will you recognize Princess Alencia? Will you fight for her? Yes.
If you can defeat the King of Daein, will this country return to the way it used to be? Is that what you're after? It is my hope. I may not be as powerful as my father, but I will never abandon Crimean. In that case, I will fight for you. For Crimean. My name is Nephene, by the way. Thank you, Nephany. I beg your pardon?
Somehow he gets out. I'm not sure how he did that.
Okay.
You're...
Oh, blessed saint! Nephany, have you suffered any injury? I'm fine, thanks to you. But what about you? You were captured because you tried to help us. It is nothing to fret about. More importantly, where is the fellow with whom you were traveling? Oh, Brahm. Poor sweet Brahm. In the battle, he... Oh, I see. How tragic. Oh, blessed one.
So yes, we've actually just killed off Brahm and Kieran. In the part of the story. We also don't find out about Jeffrey, because Kieran didn't get out.
Right.
So there's some interesting ways that the story changes based on whether or not you actually save those units, which I think is actually kind of interesting. And then obviously because Sephiron somehow manages to get out despite us not actually freeing him, you'll see this being the same exact story as it otherwise would have been for a little while. But because we, again, didn't save those two, it makes it so that the story changes slightly, and you'll notice when we start the next chapter, Brahm and Kieran are two possible playable units, but if we were going through on this playthrough, they would not be. They just wouldn't be listed. It's just like they would not exist. And so I think that's a particularly interesting thing. It gets you a bajillion bonus experience to do it that way. So if you don't necessarily have specific units you want to level up and get the experience in the chapter, it's a good way to get it to them outside of the chapter. But I think that's all that I wanted to go through. I think that explains kind of how to do that chapter. It showed you guys that you can still open Nephany's cell and get through that chapter. So if you do like Nephany as a character, but you're not intending to use Brahm and Kieran, or you don't, you want to see how the story plays out differently when Elincia doesn't know that Jeffrey's still alive. It's a really interesting little way to do it. We're not going to be playing through like dual stories now and showing all the pieces that you can go differently. But there will be a couple times in which I think we'll show off a secondary ending to a chapter, a secondary way that the chapter goes about, if there's another obvious way to experience the game.
Yep. Until then, see you later.